This podcast is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Save 20% on all windows, patio doors, and entry doors now through September 30th. That's at no money down, no payments, and no interest for a whole year. Call 717-727-7558 or head to rbacentralpa.com/deals to get in on this one now. A woman is suing Uber over the death of her daughter. According to a new report, Pennsylvania is one of the top states people are moving out of. The Tidy Tombstone Man is working his magic in Bensalem. Plus, birdwatcher spotted flamingos the other day. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in PA. Christina Spacuzza, an Uber driver, picked up Calvin Crew at his house in Pitcairn in February 2022, reports the Tribune Review. About 15 minutes away from the drop-off location in Penn Hills, Crew grabbed Spacuzza's hair and held a gun to the back of her head. After forcing her to stop in a wooded area, Crew shot and killed Spacuzza. Now her mother, Sydney, in a federal lawsuit filed last week, is suing Uber, claiming the rideshare company, while touting measures to protect riders, quote, abdicated its duty to protect its drivers, unquote, from potential passenger attacks, quote, by failing to implement simple, available, and effective safety measures. And while there is an emergency button on the app drivers can push, the suit states the fact drivers are given little information about who they're picking up puts them in danger. Crew, for example, had a history of violent firearms-related crime prior to Spacuzza's death. The complaint further asserts that Uber knew of the potential dangers to drivers, citing how 16 of them were murdered in Brazil in 2016. The suit does note, though, that Crew used his girlfriend's account to order the Uber. Further information about the lawsuit is pending. Crew's trial is scheduled for January, with prosecutors seeking the death penalty. HomeBay, a subsidiary of Clever Real Estate, recently published a report based on proprietary data titled Where Should I Move? The Best and Worst Places to Live in 2023, reports PennLive. And while Pennsylvania was ranked as the 18th overall state people would like to move to, it was also found to be the 4th in the U.S. that has the most people moving out. The overarching reason people claim they moved from any state in general was because they felt unsafe. Notes the report, quote, in 2023, just 63% of Americans say they like where they live, down from 80% in 2022. The number one state where people were outbound, by the way, was Illinois. Jim Davis of Bensalem in Bucks County is known as the Tidy Tombstone Man, states PhillyBurbs.com. Davis earned his nickname due to his mastery at restoring gravestones, something he's currently doing at St. Andrew's Roman Catholic Church, a historic church in Newton. Davis is restoring these old graves together with 13-year-old Boy Scout John Catrabon as part of a community service project. John is aiming to get a merit badge out of it. Davis is just continuing on his mission to give a little dignity back to final resting places. This is a first ever for Franklin County, says Philly Voice. A documented sighting of flamingos. A few local birdwatchers snapped pictures of the birds and posted them to Facebook the other day, leading plenty to wonder, what are flamingos doing in Pennsylvania? The answer to that is Hurricane Idalia. Experts are saying how the hurricane is blowing a lot of flamingos off course from Florida and causing them to land in states they typically never are. People who see them are advised to please be respectful of the flamingos and to not trespass on private property just to watch them. That wraps up today's episode. As it is September 11th, I'd like to please take a moment to thank all our military members, cops, firefighters, and emergency services for all that they do. With that, I'm Claudia Dimuro. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow for more of Today in PA. This podcast is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Save 20% on all windows, patio doors, and entry doors now through September 30th. That's at no money down, no payments, and no interest for a whole year. Call 717-727-7558 or head to rbacentralpa.com/deals to get in on this one now.